Our first guest is one of the regular cast of characters upstairs at Saturday Night Live, and next Friday, his first motion picture, I'm kind of repeating myself here, aren't I? Entitled Wayne's World, will be opening across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the program, Mike Myers. How you doing?
Very good, thank you very
much.
much.
Nice to see you here. Say hello to Tito.
Hey, Tito.
Hi, hi.
Yeah.
You know, I had to change my name. I had to change my name for equity in Canada because there was already a Mike Myers, and they said, "Well, what would you like to be called?" And I said, Tito Puente.
Yeah.
And evidently, there was another one, so...
Yeah, but no, wait a minute. In Canada, it's true you worked for a while under the name Tito Puente.
Not for a long while. I wouldn't say it was a productive time in my life, but it was a thing. I tried it on, didn't work.
How are things up there at Saturday Night Live? I know you're very, very busy. This is, of course, just the day before the big live show. What are you doing new things? Are you running around working on stuff? What goes on exactly for
Well,
you?
we're rehearsing. We got Susan Day.
Lovely woman, star of L.A. Law.
Yeah. Yes.
And, now that's new, isn't it?
What?
Yeah.
Newish. No, that's new. That's what's new. Because I'm now going, which is from Jerry, the dentist on Dick Van Dyke Show.
I think it actually goes back even farther. I think it was Gail Storm on My Little Margie. And now people at home are saying, how old is this guy anyway? Anyhow, so new characters?
New characters. There are some new characters. It reminded me last night, you had Billy Connolly on.
Oh, that's right. Very funny guy from Scotland.
Very funny.
Yeah.
He's a hero, and I'm doing this character, which is Stuart Rankin, who has a store called All Things Scottish, which is... oh, thank you very much. Which is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap! And just seeing him on reminded me of the family who turned me on to Billy Connolly, which was, there was a Rankin family, and the father was a butcher. And he said, oh, Billy Connolly, he's magic. But for some reason, he hated Colonel Sanders. So it was one of those things.
Competition, I guess.
Well, I don't know where it came. Well, you know, it's just, look at him with his wee beady eyes. I hate him! It was like, how can you hate, you know, Colonel Sanders? And he'd go, Mickey, how can you no hate him? Cuckoo, cuckoo. That's great, of course. And then we turned to all the family. You know, wait, Stuart, what would you do if you found Colonel Sanders? Oh, I'd boil him in his own oil, Dad. Those wee little Scotsmen, I'd go, run. Insane.
Shall we, you want to talk a little bit about the movie? This is like a big deal because like 4 years ago, you were just starting out. You weren't really known at all. You just had the job, I guess.
Oh, man.
And now you got your own film.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. It's like a runaway train, and I'm in front of it.
No.
So it's a little frightening.
It can't. I don't see how this could go wrong because it's you and it's Dana and it's already established, beloved character. So it's the next logical step, don't you think?
Oh, thank you very much. I like coming here. No, the basic plot of the movie is guy meets chick, guy gets chick, guy goes mental, loses chick, guy wails and gets chick back.
Cool. Very nice.
That old plot from the 30s.
And we're going to look at it here now.
Yes, please.
You brought a sample?
I did.
All
yes.
right.
Should I set it up?
Yeah, please do.
I get first time in my life. I go. I have a clip. Let me set it up. That's funny you ask it. It's a big night. I happen to have a clip, and let me set it up. I'm an extrovert. Hi. The clip is basically, our show was bought by Rob Lowe.
And this is the show you do in your garage?
Wayne's World, in Aurora, Illinois. We have a cable access show, and some guy's offering us money, and he's telling us the realities of life that sometimes we have to do certain commercial things that we don't want to do. And this is our clever retort.
Some compromises to stay in business.
The compromises to stay in business, and that's the setup of the scene.
You, Dana, and Rob Lowe?
Rob Lowe.
Oh, okay, here we go. Wayne's World, the soon-to-be-released. Watch closely.
Contract or no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
Sorry you feel that way, but basically it's the nature of the beast.
Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but for me, the beast doesn't include selling out. Garth, you know what I'm talking about, right?
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
I can't talk about it anymore. It's giving me a headache.
Here, take 2 of these.
Ah, new print. Little. Yellow. Different.
Look, you can stay here in the big leagues and play by the rules, or you can go back to the farm club and roar. It's your choice.
Yes. And it's the choice of a new generation.
Well, there you go. On the big screen. Your face will be huge. So let's do a commercial, and when we come back, I'll bet Mike will still be here. Come on back, folks. Tito Puente is on the program tonight, and Kmar, the discount magician. It's a lovely, lovely show.
It's a love
for
fest.
a Friday night.
It's a love fest.
Let me ask you a question about you're from
Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, Canada.
Yes.
And you moved to the United States when?
I moved to Chicago to be with my girlfriend Robin in 1988.
1988. Now,
Yes.
somebody was telling me something that I find difficult to believe.
Yes.
With your background, that you didn't know how to drive, or you had to learn to drive, or
I
you were
never learned to drive.
Well, how do you get around?
I had girlfriends who drove.
That's kind of a weenie thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm a weenie kind of guy.
I'm sorry.
I'm an extrovert.
But, I mean, you're a young adult and you
Yes.
don't know how to drive.
Well, I grew up in Toronto, and Toronto has the best transit system in the world.
Well, that's
you can
good.
just get on the subway,
Yeah.
and it's really clean and it works.
Right.
And it's the better way, the TTC. It's such an ad for the TTC.
So then you come to New York City and you don't need to drive living in New York City.
No.
But in Chicago, did you ever want to drive
No,
there?
I lived right next to Second City where I worked.
Yeah.
I literally lived in the building. Actually, it was a famous building because it was the building that Seika lived in.
Oh,
The
yes.
porn star.
Yeah.
I'd say, I live at blah, 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 and they go, you know Seika lives there.
Yeah, the
great.
grand old heritage of Chicago.
That's right. It was a selling point, evidently, in taking the apartment. So I never learned to drive, but for the movie, studio policy was that if you drive in the movie, you have to have a valid driver's license.
I
So
think that makes sense.
it kind of does.
Yeah.
Well, I almost killed somebody once on an SNL commercial thing, but... So anyways...
So you're driving without a license to shoot a little commercial parody, and you nearly run somebody over?
Well, I mentioned it last time without any litigation, so I guess...
Yeah, but did you bring this up at the DMV?
No! There goes my license. So I had to go to Sears Driving School. And I would go there and I was staying at this hotel for like 2 months, and they all go, well, good luck with the lesson. And I thought, thanks, I guess I'm a nerd. So I went, and it was the nicest man in the world, a guy named Perry Pampris, who was kind of like having Yoda as your driving instructor. And he was the most religious man I'd ever met, like a beautiful, soulful person. If he had a church, I would go to it. And he was from the Philippines. I keep running into people from the Philippines, but he truly was, as it turns out. And I would start to listen, and he'd go, I prayed for you last night, Mr. Myers. And I would go, oh, thanks. And then the second lesson, we went on a freeway in Los Angeles, in the rain. And it never rains in Los Angeles, but the gods went, Mike is taking his lesson, rain, right? So we're driving like this, and I said, are you sure we should be doing this? And he goes, Mr. Myers, I wouldn't make you do anything that I wasn't sure you could do well. And I just thought, you know, when you can snatch the license from my hand, it is time for you to go. So he's the sweetest man in the world, and consequently, I got my lesson after, I got my license after 4 lessons. Because he was the best instructor in the world.
And spiritual leader as well.
Well, he is now my spiritual guru.
Yeah. Did you, what was the most difficult thing? You had driven a little bit.
I'd driven a little bit, you know, like in cottage country north of Toronto. It would be my brother say, hey, you want to drive, Mikey? And I'd be like driving like a little bit.
And you learned how to drive a standard transmission?
No,
or
automatic.
Automatic transmission.
That's why it was 4 lessons.
Yeah.
So
you're all checked out and certified and ready to go.
Yeah, watch out, world.
Well, you know, if there's a big premiere of the film, is there going to be a big premiere? Like a
I
gala?
don't know. I don't know.
Well, if there is, you should invite the guy. That would be a nice touch.
I'd love to. I
Yeah.
wrote the guy at Sears, his boss, a letter.
Oh, very nice.
Because he was
Good for you.
he was the best.
Yeah.
He really was the
Good
best.
for you. All right. Let's see. Wayne's World, it opens up across the nation. Do we have a date? What do we know
February
when?
14th.
February 14th, Valentine's Day. That'll be a big day in your life, won't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you
nice
very much.
to see you. Mike Myers, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.